You can't bottle something you're never in charge of.
Yes lads, how's it going? Max here, and today welcome back to another episode of Talk Tottenham series where you guys get involved. You send me comments in over Twitter or social media. We talk about and we have a discussion, and we just talk about football, we talk about Tottenham, we talk about my opinions, and you guys tell me yours in the comments. I'm going to jump straight into things. I've got a lot to get off my chest. You guys are probably thinking, where is the Tottenham versus West Ham live reaction video? I have filmed it, haven't edited it yet because I wanted to get this up, but I've been working. So I haven't had time to sit in front of the camera and tell you guys my thoughts about the other night where we lost 1-0 to West Ham. At that ground where there's no atmosphere. No, I'm not going to say that. Of course there was a bit of atmosphere. I'm just so annoyed. On social media I've been saying stupid things, and I need to say it to the camera because you guys need to be able to hear this. I need you guys to hear exactly what you think, and tell me whether you think I'm being a bit harsh or whether you think I'm being realistic. Now, obviously, we went into that game 9 wins on the trot. Tottenham absolutely buzzing. We beat Arsenal, we beat Palace, games that we thought we could win. But obviously we had to graft all of them. I mean, we grafted against Palace. We got the win. That was all that mattered. We got the victory. We kept the pressure on Chelsea. And we needed to beat West Ham to obviously keep the pressure on Chelsea. Unfortunately, that didn't happen because for some reason, no one wanted to turn up. And West Ham got a fluky goal. At the end of the day, it was a fluky goal. And West Ham parked the bus for a majority of the game. There's a lot of people saying, oh, West Ham didn't park the bus. Well, they had 13 shots, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, but I was watching the game, and they had 11 players behind the ball at so many occasions, and it was so frustrating. We just couldn't break them down. We didn't look like the same Spurs side. The media, people are going to say, are causing the Spurs side to not play as well. Ridiculous. Walker was back in the side. I just feel like people are going to say, oh, Walker had a bad game. Well, he did, yeah. No one had a great game, but the whole team had a bad game. That's the difference. It's not like one player had a bad game. The team didn't perform. It was just we couldn't get going. Eriksen just couldn't find any of those passes. Couldn't pick a pass. Some of his crosses from corners were just awful. But what people are forgetting is Spurs have got their highest points ever in the Premier League season. 9 wins in a row. We're still unbeaten at the Lane. And people are still trying to pick faults. What happened to the team that hasn't spent a lot of money? That's us. And we're still fighting. We're still fighting. We're second place in the league. And there's teams like Man United who have spent. There's teams like City that have spent. Chelsea have just been good from the get-go at the start of the season. That's why they're still up there. And fair play to them. They have been brilliant this season. We've just been the only ones that have been able to keep up with them. Yet people are saying we're the bottlers. I mean, it does make me laugh. It's like everyone is just ganging up on Spurs. What happened to the Spurs that no one talks about? Oh, it's because they're actually noticing us now. They're noticing that we're a good side. They're noticing that we're moving forward in the right direction. And they can only fire shots. We're second in the league. Every team below us, other than Chelsea. I didn't even see Chelsea fans slating Tottenham. There's Chelsea fans saying how well Tottenham have played this season because that's the true fact. We have been unbelievable. We were brilliant last season. We're moving forward. I keep saying this every bloody episode. And if you're sick of it, don't watch. But when I go into these comments and have a little read through and give my opinion on what you guys have been saying, I'm probably going to say a similar thing. Because so many of you Spurs fans agree with me. We just didn't look the same. We didn't look like we had that fight. Whether that's because, I don't know, something's got into their head, or whether it's because West Ham parked the bus and we just ran out of ideas. We just couldn't get going. You can't play amazing every game, I get that, but the fact West Ham fans are going on like they battered us that game. No way did they. There's no chance. It was a fluky deflection that fell to Lanzini, and I could have scored that. Even my mum could have scored that. Anyone could have scored that. All you had to do was put it in a corner or just smash it like he did. Now, you guys probably follow another fellow YouTuber called Ben. He's a massive Spurs fan, and my hat goes off to him. He got the match review out hours after the game, and I completely agreed with everything he said. We didn't bottle anything. We haven't bottled anything. How have we bottled the league when we haven't been first? That's literally the main argument. It's not even an argument. It's not even a debate. I don't see how people can say you can't bottle something. Yes, we were chasing it. We were chasing it. We were challenging for top of the league. But that doesn't mean we've bottled the challenge. That doesn't even make sense. You're telling me we've bottled it. We were 10 points behind Chelsea a month ago. A month ago, you're telling me, and we've reduced the gap. We've reduced the gap again. There's been fans that have had high expectations, and as a Spurs fan, I have high expectations, because you've seen what teams like Leicester can do. We've got the most points in the last 2 seasons out of every single Premier League team. We should have something to show for it. I'm gutted we haven't got something to show for it. We maybe should have done better in the Cup. I don't know what to say. We do need a trophy, and something does need to happen. We do need to spend in the summer, because that's literally the only thing that's stopping us. Chelsea have players. I'm going to refer back to the Cup. They brought on Hazard and Costa. We haven't got anything to rely on. We needed that 50 million player to start, or either come off from the bench to make something happen. It didn't look like the same Spurs, and that's what was really disappointing for me. It's like, this isn't my usual Talk Tottenham. I'm going to be reading your guys' comments very shortly, but it's just the fact that we lose, and suddenly all these West Ham fans come out of nowhere and say, oh yeah, you're shit, your club, we always beat you. Yeah, it was your cup final. It was your cup final. You always turn up against Spurs. I knew that was going to happen. But in reality, West Ham are a small club. You've just got a big stadium. You've got loads of bubbles flying around making all this atmosphere. I made a tweet about that, and that wound up many West Ham fans. But you know what? I don't care. I give a lot of stick out on Twitter. I deserve to have it back. I can take it. I do laugh. I feel like I'm a character. I can take a hit. I don't care. But when they come out of that closet after 90 minutes, after not seeing them all season, and suddenly piping up, a club I see people talking about when they're happy to be avoiding relegation, that's a team that obviously they were fighting. That's why they won, because they're trying to avoid relegation. That is a small club. They've got a massive stadium and they're avoiding relegation. West Ham have fans, and I'm sorry if you are a West Ham fan and you're watching this, but in reality, you're happy to be avoiding relegation. And that is just the difference between the two sides. We're pushing for the league. We are pushing. We're improving every season. We've got a team that doesn't cost a lot. We've got a chant about a £5 million player who's turning out to be one of the best in Europe, for his age anyway. And they're happy about avoiding relegation. I mean, that's the difference. That's small club mentality. But let's stop talking about West Ham. Tell me your feedback so far. I might just be talking a load of rubbish, but I want to hear your guys' feedback. Tell me exactly your thoughts. Am I just being over the top? But let's jump into some of your comments. Let's go. 2 realistic transfer targets to sign for the Wembley pitch. Why do people insist that Spurs bottle when we were never in the lead? Deluded. I spoke about that bit, Dan, but my 2 realistic targets, I honestly do feel, yeah, Zaha would be nice, but it would be nice to push and get a Champions League player, as in like the likes of Isco. I don't know. I don't know what player's up for grabs right now, but you've got to go out and spend 35, 40 million on someone that's played Champions League, probably mid-20s, who can bring that bit of experience, like Van der Vaart did. If we can get a player like that, I'm not saying in his position, I'm saying anywhere on the pitch, a leader, someone who knows how much a big game means, like Van der Vaart did those North London derbies. That's why he was loved. We need another player like that. We've got Kane, we've got Ali, we've got players in the squad that know how big these games are. But you need another player from abroad to do that, I feel. Why is everyone so hard on us when we lose? We seem to get so much stick lately. This was literally all my comments for Talk Tottenham, just worded a little bit differently. So bear with me on this. I'm going to try and talk a little bit different for them, but you're 100% right in that comment. We do seem to get so much more stick than the other clubs. We were never expected to be chasing Chelsea. And then all of a sudden we are, and then we lose. And then they say we're the bottlers. What? You're not allowed to push. I mean, argument for and against was, yes, we weren't ever in a position to win the league. But the argument against that fans could say against us is, oh, if you're prepared to say, Chelsea, we're coming for you. I did see something on social media that said, if I can't even speak, but if us Spurs fans are prepared to sing the classic chant, Chelsea Rent Boys, we're coming for you, and then we fail, is that seen as bottling? It works both ways, but in reality, I keep using that word, Spurs second, never been top, not a bottle. Just a quick one from Poch Spurred, right there. 30 points available, and we got 27 of them. Why aren't the press talking about that? Why aren't the media talking about how well we have been at home? How well we've played? Are they going to wait till next season until they start talking about that? it doesn't make me laugh. They'd rather unsettle our players and make some ridiculous headlines like, is Walker actually leaving? Whether he's leaving or not, I'm not bothered. If he wants to leave, let him go. But from what I know, the whole team played bad. You can't just name Walker and say, I'm just using this, I know I've gone off topic here, but Walker, the whole team played bad. I've seen how much it means to him in photos and pictures. I'm sorry, unless there's a major falling out. He's not leaving. Unless there's a major falling out. Kai says, how do you think we will respond against United next week, mate? All season invincible at the Fortress, White Hart Lane. It will be unbelievable. That's what we need to head for now, as well as obviously beating Man United. That's our last game at White Hart Lane, and that is emotional. There's going to be old players there. There's going to even Bale's been invited. There's been many players that have been invited along. I would love to get to that game. I don't think I'm going to be able to, but in hindsight, if we can go undefeated at White Hart Lane in the last season, what other clubs can say they've done that and nearly finish top of the league and get a semi-final? There's just so many positives. If we go out and spend 40, 50 million, like I said, oh yeah, we're going to be not laughing, but there's no reason why we can't be up there next season yet again, challenging. I'm not even looking at finishing top 4. We're finishing top 2. That's like our priorities now. What do you think about West Ham fans' reactions during and after the game? It's one of those games. It's a derby. It's always going to be heated up and emotions are running high. I'm recording this literally a couple of days later, and I'm still wanting to rant because it's West Ham at the end of the day. It's not like we've just lost 1-0 to Sunderland. I'd probably be more annoyed losing to Sunderland because they're already relegated. And I'd love to see Defoe back, just in hindsight. But the fact that it's West Ham, they just get so big for their boots. There's only people that tweet me about when they're West Ham fans is when West Ham do something good. Also, I'll be talking about Tottenham whether we win, lose or draw. I only ever see West Ham fans pop up when they're losing, or no, when they're winning, sorry, when they're beating us, mate. That's their highlight of the season. Oh, what happened 2017? Oh yeah, we stopped Spurs winning the league. Oh, did you now? Oh, what, were they top of the league? Nah. Oh, so you didn't stop them? Nah. Chelsea were going to win it anyway. Do you think we'll do better or worse next season? It's a tough one to call. Like I said, we have to go out and spend. If we don't go out and spend, I just feel it's going to be... I'm not going to say it's the same, because you're telling me right now, as a Spurs fan, you can be disappointed with this season. No, of course you can't. Of course you can't be disappointed. We've beat Arsenal. We're still undefeated at home. Second in the league. Got to a semi-final. I mean, those things are hard to improve on, you know. That is hard. The only way you can improve on that is get into the final, win it, finish first, win the Premier League, and sign some world-class players. And you're telling me they're not easy things to do, but we're heading in the right direction, and under Pochettino there's no reason why we can't. And that's why I'm still excited. That's why I still believe. That's why my pinned tweet on Twitter is SpongeBob going, I believe, or some rubbish like that, because I do. We've come so far recently. Moving on to the final comment of the episode from Dom, and just before I read his comment, sorry, tell me your actual thoughts on how you reckon I should go about doing these videos. Do you like seeing it like this? Do you want to see it straight after the game? I'd love to do it straight after the game. Sometimes it's not possible because I have to work, or, you know, just you can't always do it. But Dom says, so proud of the lads. West Ham fans, happened again chant. What Champions League football and title challenge? Yes, it's happened again. I'm gonna keep it short because that is their season all over. That's all they can say this season. Oh, we avoided relegation and we stopped Spurs winning the league twice. Okay, West Ham fans, you've had your little laugh. Go back to finishing 12th or 15th or buzzing about getting a top 10 finish. Going back to the start of your comment, Dom, and yeah, understandably, everyone should be so proud of the lads. They've been utmost brilliant this season. We've got the best two centre-backs in the league. I don't even care. Vertonghen and Alderweireld, unbelievable. They just lacked confidence in that last game. I mean, I don't know what Toby was doing when he was trying to clear the ball and take it around two players, but on another day, he would have been able to do that easy. None of the lads could get going. I do think we missed Danny Rose on that left-hand side. He's been a major key from the halfway of this season up to like January, and we've missed him. We have missed him. Ben Davies is good, but he lacks something. I've spoke about West Ham, so I'm not going to talk about them anymore, Dom, but thank you very much for your comment. If you guys have enjoyed and you have watched till the end, smash that thumbs up button. Honestly, I really appreciate it. I'm starting to gain subscribers, Spurs fans, just general football fans. And I love talking football. So potentially when the season's finished, I'll do a roundup of all the games and how my thoughts on the overall season. And it might be a bit long-winded, but we'll go from there. We'll hopefully beat Man United. Come on, you Spurs. Have a day off, guys. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.